Hello, kids. A very good morning to you all. Today we will be learning about air and water. Both these things are very important in our life. Children, we all love climbing mountains. When mountaineers climb high mountains such as Mount Everest, they carry oxygen cylinders along with them for breathing. Why? It is because when they climb mountains, the height increases and the amount of oxygen level in the atmosphere air decreases because the trees are not found at higher heights. So, as a result, the mountaineers will suffer from dizziness. They may die because lack of breathing. So that is why they carry oxygen cylinders. Oh, so can you imagine the importance of air? You know that air is all around us. We cannot stay alive for more than a few minutes without air. Our earth is surrounded by different layers of atmosphere. What are those layers? The blanket of air that surrounds the earth is called the atmosphere. So did you understood what is an atmosphere? It is the blanket of air which is surrounding the earth. It is several hundred kilometers thick, and the density of atmosphere is not the same throughout. It is thick near the ground and thinner as we go up until it disappears slowly to nothing in the space. In space there is no atmosphere. Did you remember? Yes. As the air becomes thinner as you go higher, breathing becomes more and more difficult. And this is why I discussed with you now that the mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders along with them while climbing high mountains. Let's learn about the different layers of atmosphere. The first layer is the troposphere. This is the layer nearest to the Earth's surface. It extends up to 15 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. In this layer, here is the weather occurs. This is the lowest atmospheric layer. This is where the clouds form, bringing rain and snow. So most of the weather changes takes place in this layer only. The next layer is the stratosphere, which lies above the troposphere. So as we are getting higher with high altitudes, the temperature here rises with the rise in altitudes. In this layer, you will also find the ozone layer, which helps to absorb the harmful ultraviolet rays from the sunlight. And as we know, these rays cause skin cancer and problems in the eyes. The ozone layer absorbs most of these harmful rays and protects us and all other living creatures on the earth. In stratosphere, in this layer here, the jet planes usually fly. Moving on to the next layer, the mesosphere, it lies above the stratosphere, which extends up to 85 to 90 kilometers above the surface of the earth. In this layer, the meteors burnt upon the entry. Next layer is the thermosphere. The thermosphere lies above the mesosphere, which extends about 500 to 600 kilometers above the earth. The temperature here is extremely hot in the thermosphere. And yes, the last layer, the exosphere, and the air is quite thin here. It lies above the thermosphere and it is extended up to 6,200 miles from the Earth's surface and it gets fades into the space. What is the importance of our atmosphere? What do we get from atmosphere? The atmosphere contains oxygen which gives us air to breathe. We all living things depend on these oxygen to breathe. Along with that, it also contains carbon dioxide, which is very important and it is used by the plants to make food in order to survive. The atmosphere absorbs a large part of heat in the sunlight, and also it prevents the earth from getting very, very hot. At night also it retains the heat and prevents the earth from getting freezing cold. So atmosphere acts as the layer and it protects our earth. Have you ever wondered, what does air contain? Air is a mixture of many gases. It contains 78% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen, and 1% argon and carbon dioxide. Air contains a small amount of carbon dioxide, that is 0.03%, but it is very important for the living creatures as well as plants to use it to make food, that is carbon dioxide. Air also contains some amounts of water vapor, dust, and smoke. Water vapor, as you know, it comes from the evaporation of water from the oceans, rivers, and lakes. When they used to evaporate, then water vapor is formed. When there is lot of water vapor in the air, for example during the rainy season, then we see that it is humid in the air. The amount of water vapor in the air is called as humidity. Hot humid days are very uncomfortable and it will make you feel like sticky and you sweat a lot. In my next video, we will be learning about the properties of air. Thank you and have a good day.